Today we are talking about our AOC 21.5-inch FHD 22B3HM screen or monitor, if you want to be precise. This is my first official gaming screen / monitor that I have ever had, and boy has it treated me well. Some people refer to this as the AOC first edition monitor. Why? Because this is your first monitor. This is a very standard first monitor to get for yourself. It's cheap, it's effective, it's huge, dude. It is so big. This is my keyboard. This is a small keyboard. Look at the screen in comparison, okay? It's really worthwhile. Like when I'm sitting up close, I literally am turning my head to look at the screen. And now you might be thinking, well, that's not great. Actually, it's fantastic. It's so cool having so much vision. When I'm sitting in a horror game, you know, on a small screen, it's just this piece. There's nothing to it. But now you've got all this other... what's it called? Your outer perception that's now being played with as well. So it's literally like your peripheral vision. So you get to have your center vision there, and then you have so much peripheral vision that it's just so immersive. It's literally like it's encapsulated. You're out of the world and you're now in the screen. This is what it looks like on the back. Okay, so it is a little bit thick. It's a little bit thick at the top. If you do have something like a webcam, you definitely want to make sure that it has the ability to move its thing back and forth, because it's definitely going to need that with the thickness of the top of the screen. That thickness is just so good to look at. I don't know how to explain it, but this is just like looking at the back of the screen is almost as sexy as looking at the front of the screen. Let's get real. Look at that thing. Look at this thing. Oh my God, it's so sexy. Okay, now what do you have underneath? Well, firstly, you've got the ability, I'll show it off now, but you've got the ability to move this thing around, you know, change the display angles and stuff. You look underneath and you've got things like your HDMIs, your VGAs, other such important things, okay? You can put your headset in there. You can plug your headset in if you want to. And you've also got then the actual power supply heading up over there, okay? This is an HDMI specific thing, but you can, like I said, you can see that there's the VGA there. So if you did want to, you could plug in an HDMI to HDMI and then have a second screen if you wanted, as long as your actual computer can do that. But those are the options, okay? Those who know how to handle computers, those are what you get. Decide what you want to do with it. Now, I did talk about the actual back here. So this back just allows you simply to do things like this. So if you wanted your screen to be facing up for some reason, or if you wanted to be facing further down, those are your options, okay? You can't extend it, you can't make it bigger or smaller, you can't do anything like that, okay? This is the height that it stands on, and that's what you get. Now, you do get at the back, you got little screw holes. You do. This thing even comes within the box. It comes with the ability to mount this thing, okay? I don't remember exactly if it came with the actual mount thing. If it did, I gave that away. If it doesn't, I'll just put an affiliate link in the description below, okay? But you do have the screw holes there. And I do believe it does at least come with the screws. But again, if it doesn't, I'll just find those on the affiliate links and give them to you. So if you wanted to, you could take this thing off completely. It does have the option to do that. Okay, you push this down and then you take it off. I'm not going to do that because obviously it's standing on this thing. The weight of this thing is really, really light. I'm not going to lie. This is a super light thing, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's super light as in it's dangerously light, because it's still heavy. It's still got some weight to it. But for a screen this size, it's not as heavy as what you think. It makes it perfect for mounting. If you wanted to mount this up, I do not see it falling down unless you did a really crap job, or unless your walls are really terrible. For the actual thing, like just moving it around, sliding it around, taking it out the box, things like that, it's really easy, it's really nifty. It's heavy, but it's not so heavy. It's light compared to your other monitors. That's what I'm trying to get at. Actually look at the monitor itself. You can see that this is the display you get. Okay, you get your 1080, 1920 FHD. If you do want to see, like, what do you want to check out? You want to check out some Dragon Age? Check out Dragon Age. You want to see what it looks like on the screen? So this is what the screen looks like in-game. This is pretty much what I mean. So you sit like this, and you just have all of this. Look at that. You just have all of this space just to look at your game. Okay, guys, I have just a little few specs to share with you guys. The first thing is that the max resolution of the screen is 1920 1080 pixels. It is a three-sided frameless design, so it's basically saying that the screen doesn't have anything covering it, okay? You've got this part, and then the screen just stops. It is a 4 millisecond response time, so there's literally no delay that we are
can perceive. And the refresh rate, if you were wondering about that, this refresh rate of this monitor here is 75 Hz. It is flicker free. It doesn't do any of the flickering. The color and the lighting is basically a standard. It's the same across the whole screen. So the whole screen essentially has the same quality throughout it. So there's never anything like this bit of color looks weird compared to this one and things like that. So you've got your 178 by 178 degree viewing angles. That's what we were talking about, having that peripheral vision. Okay, you're sitting on top in the middle of my screen and you can see me doing this, right? So to actually look at my screen. And then the other thing, the biggest thing, was the anti-tearing. So this thing has an anti-tearing. If you know what tearing is, it's essentially where whatever you're looking at, it looks a little bit like it's a little bit off. So you'll have this part there and then this part is a little bit down. Right, so you have a picture and then the rest of the picture is like over here compared to this one. So that's tearing, and sometimes it just does that. This screen ensures that that does not happen, okay? And even more than that, with the refresh rates being what they are and with the response time being what it is, it's impossible for this thing to have a tear. At least in personal experience, I've used this thing for a while now, and I have no issues with it at all. In fact, I love this thing. It's my favorite screen I've ever had. And then the other thing is the blue light. That's right. So this thing... The reason this thing looks so good, and you could even see it on the camera here, it didn't look white, it didn't look like it was flashing out. You could actually see it as though it was a picture. That's because of this right here. It's got an anti-flicker screen protect system in it somewhere. I don't know how they did that, but that's what they did. So that firstly, if I film it, it doesn't have that flickering. You saw this when we filmed it. It doesn't have any flickering. It just looked like a picture. It was so gorgeous. I was actually impressed with that already. But then beyond that, it's got the blue light filter. So it's got a blue light output, which essentially balances all the blues. Your blue colors are essentially what create reality versus distorted reality when it comes to images on a screen. You've got this one, which just looks like a blue, and then you've got this one, which looks so beautiful, all right? So the Visa mount, all right? So the mount that it uses is the VESA, the Visa mount, and it has flexibility to it, apparently. But I didn't use that, so I can't give any feedback on that. As I said, I will be leaving all the affiliate links for the right things in the right places.
So this was the AOC screen. If you want a little additional detail, this is my first gaming screen for my first gaming computer, which eventually I will be giving away on this channel. So you guys definitely should subscribe and stay tuned, because the goal of this channel is that as I make money through my affiliate links on Amazon, I will buy stuff from Amazon, review it, give it away, and leave affiliate links for you guys to go buy, and then use that money once again to buy stuff on Amazon, to review it, to then give it away. Where do you think I'm going to be giving it away, dudes? I'm giving it away on this channel, okay? Everything that I get, I don't want to keep it. I just want to review it. I want to then give it away to you dudes. So you guys are going to, as long as you stick with me on this channel, you're going to get the benefits, bro. Starting with a gaming computer at some point, okay? Right now I need to use it. But when this channel gets to a point where it's taking off, I'm going to give this thing away. That is going to happen. So you guys got to stick around, bruh. Okay? And that includes with the screen, okay? I'm not going to just give you a computer. This thing has an RTX 4060. And you're going to get this sexy-ass beast of a screen with it, okay? So just be aware of that. Just a heads up there. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!